Emily Spencer with the Racing Boys, and I caught up with NASCAR Cup champion Kyle Busch, who's here to introduce the new Supra. Tell us a little bit about what you think about this sexy hot rod.
Yeah, I mean, obviously being able to introduce new Supras, different ever-changing cars on the Toyota lineup is always exciting and fun to be able to do. And we've got a whole new cast of characters over here with 4 new Supras that kind of go down the line. So different options that include an inline 4-cylinder, obviously, and some upgrades to the V6 side of things with being able to have more horsepower and have a little bit more fun driving experience for the consumer, and little different looks as well, too. I think they're adding colors to the basis of it, different wheels packages, some spoiler packages, interior seats, and things like that. So it's pretty cool to kind of add into some of the realm of that, and especially the new GT4 car that's down there at the end is really exciting. It's going to be a street legal car that people can buy and drive around on the streets with, so that's pretty advanced.
Toyota has worked really hard to take it from the showroom to the racetrack. How do you admire that, being a race car driver yourself?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where it's at for all of us. Obviously, having the opportunity of being able to showcase what Toyota's able to do with building cars and taking them from the racetrack to the streets and vice versa. You know, it's just a matter of what we're all capable of doing. And so having the Camry for years of what we've been able to race with on the NASCAR side has been a blessing for us, and we've been very successful in that car. But to have the Supra now and its presence in the Xfinity Series has been really good for us. I won a few races in it last year. Christopher obviously came oh so close to a championship in it, so it's definitely bringing the nameplate back to Supra. I own a Supra, yeah. I have one of the first launch edition Supras. They came out with, I think it was 11 or 1,200 of them, and they're numbered, and so I got number 18, of course. And so I've got a GR Supra, and it's pretty cool. I enjoy it. I like driving it around. It's a cool car. It's a fun car.
You won Phoenix with that one-off car last year, the short track car. Now we're going back to a more familiar package. Do you have feelings either way on what we can expect when we go there? And are you happier that we have more of a traditional car with less downforce going to a short track?
Yeah, no, I think that the rules changes over the off-season are better for the road courses and the short tracks. We all struggled with the air pocket and everything that we were feeling behind the other cars that we were at. When you go to Martinsville and you have a hard time being able to get closer to a guy because you're held back by the air, that's a problem, you know. So, I thought some of the races that we were at, were decent races. Bristol, I guess, was decent, although I felt like I had the same problems when I was second to Logano in the spring race. I couldn't catch him any closer than what I got to him until we got to traffic, and it takes 30, 35 laps to get into traffic. So if you have a short run at the end, it's over. You know what I mean? So this will allow, I think, for better racing, for better opportunities of putting on a good show for the fans.
And finally, given how you blossomed at Joe Gibbs Racing, are you content to spend the rest of your NASCAR career there?
Yeah, I mean, time will tell. Anything's possible, but obviously I've got a great relationship with Joe and all the people there at Joe Gibbs Racing. My sponsors with M&M's are the best in the business. Interstate Batteries, best in the business. Toyota, obviously. So really everything feels like home where I'm at. So there's no need for any change, but you never know what's in store down the road. And obviously we know Joe's not the youngest cat in the garage, and so we'll see what happens in the future with that.
I was really impressed by your moxie when they asked who's the face of NASCAR. You mentioned Chase Elliott, but I got to say, I feel the fan base has really warmed up to you, and I know they like winners, but are you sensing that same, I don't know if love might be a strong word, but are you kind of feeling like you're winning them over?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, sometimes I try to say things with facts, you know, and not necessarily just blow stuff out my mouth, but that could come across different ways, obviously. But, for me, it's just about trying to go out there and do what I think is right for me and for my team and the people that are around me. And sometimes I mess that up, but other times it's pretty spot on.
We're in the World Center of Racing. I know this is the one race that stands out that you want on your resume. Probably even more so since Kurt already has a Daytona 500 and the Harley J. Earl Trophy. How bad do you want it on Sunday?
I mean, you want it more than anything at this particular point because that's the only thing you don't have. But you still got to be smart about it, and you still got to work through those different characteristics of how the race plays out and what happens in the event. You can't get yourself too wound up on where you're at in particular moments of the race, and try to play it out to the end. You know, it's a long 500 miles, and being there at the end is what matters most.
Really appreciate your time today, Kyle.
You got it. Thank you.